Welcome to Seasons Up Close. I'm your host, Jacquie Slater, and I'd like to thank you for joining us again today. We've got a lot of great things to talk to you about, but we're going to start off talking about aging. We have a society where people are just living a lot longer, and what are some of our living options as we get older if we need special care, assisted living versus at-home care. And so joining me now, I have three wonderful ladies who are going to share some of their information on this topic. Melanie Sevitz from Companions and Homemakers, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Pamala Klapproth is with Seabury at Home, and Renee Bernasconi is also with Seabury at Home. So Renee, I want to start with you. Can you tell me a little bit about Seabury, what exactly it is? It's an active...
Yes, Seabury is an active life community. It is an interfaith nonprofit organization. It's also known as a continuing care retirement community, and the idea is that people essentially come in while they're well and active and have the assurance that should they need future care, that care is provided at essentially no additional cost. So we do have the full continuum of care and services, and it really allows people to plan ahead for their own future. It enables them to plan in the most comprehensive way, which is really important, and protect their estate.
So you've got an active community. You also have Seabury at Home. Pamela, maybe you'd like to share a little bit about that with us.
Well, the Seabury at Home program is a life care at home program, so it provides the same security and asset protection that the Seabury campus program provides. It is intended for seniors who want to remain at home as they age and to have all the services brought to them in that setting. So we do have certain services that are available immediately while they're well and active so that they are able to prevent and delay any need for services. For example, we have a personal health coordinator who's available to the person 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, so they can be that point person to help guide them as to how we can support their lifestyle and keep them well and active. And should they need future care, whether that's in their home, whether it's skilled nursing care, assistance with personal care, bathing, dressing, those types of things, or if they need to go to assisted living or nursing home, that care is provided to them at essentially no additional cost, so it does allow them to protect their assets.
Companions and Homemakers is strictly at home care. Is it for people who have some health issues? Is it elderly people who maybe have lost their spouse and find themselves on their own and don't want to go into an assisted living community?
Well, first of all, we do provide services at home, wherever home may be. It can be in an assisted living facility or in the hospital if people, need someone to be with them. If they have no family and they're alone, we can stay overnight in the hospital with them. We try to match the caregiver with the person that we're, helping out. And it might be as little as something as simple as taking folks to the doctors, perhaps they can no longer drive, or grocery shopping, or out to lunch, or to a special occasion. Not just, people that, and certainly, yes, including people that are very sick and we want to remain at home wherever that may be.
So we see three sort of different choices here. I'd like to expand upon them a little bit. Can you really explain the difference to me, Renee, active community versus assisted living? I think a lot of people have misconceptions about that, and maybe, what's the age range that people can start living in that community?
Great. We actually get that confusion a lot. At Seabury, we do, because we have the full continuum of care and services, we do have both independent living as well as traditional assisted living and memory support care. The biggest difference between the two, yes.
Real quick, would that be in different areas?
It's actually within different areas within the same campus, if you will. The memory support is a separate facility, but basically everything is housed within the main building. The biggest difference between independent and assisted living on our campus is the fact that for those coming into independent living, they have to qualify both medically and financially to come in. And we look for at least 5 years of independent living. And that is because we are paying for the future care. So if they're in independent living and then needed skilled nursing care, which is over $11,000 per month, they would continue to pay the same monthly fee that they had while they were in their apartment, which could be about $2,000 a month. So they have an entrance fee, and that's basically going to cover them over their lifetime. When someone comes directly into assisted living, which can happen at Seabury without an entrance fee, it does mean that they're basically going to pay as they go for the services that they require. So They may come in at a basic or a level 1 or 2. Their monthly fees based on that level of care. And then, for example, if they then needed skilled nursing, which we have on campus, they would transfer to skilled and then be paying the $11,000 per month or whatever the going rate is at that time. So that's the distinction.
When they enter Seabury at home, is it the same fee schedule? Do they have to qualify? When you say medically, what do you mean by medically?
Well, medically, we look for individuals who could be independent at least 5 years, and that's at the time that they're entering the program or coming to campus. So we don't have a crystal ball, but the idea is that we look at one's past medical history, their current status, and basically determine or try to predict whether or not we feel they could be independent for 5 years. With that said, once they're fully contracted and everything's signed, sealed, and delivered, they're fully protected day one. So they have, they really do have that assurance.
So Seabury at home, who would qualify for that type of program versus
Essentially, it's the same qualifications for the campus. However, it is more affordable than the campus because we are not providing the housing and some of the amenities and services that the campus provides. So it is a more affordable option for people who, again, want to have that affordable coverage of their future care. They want to protect their financial assets, but they want all the benefits and amenities that they would get at the campus, but they want it at a more affordable price at home, or they just choose to stay at home because that's where they love to be. They're part of their community, and that's where they want to remain.
Melanie, can you tell me a little bit about what would distinguish companions and homemakers versus, assisted living? I think a lot of people don't fully understand what companions and homemakers is.
Well, what I like to tell families when I meet with them, that there are options, obviously, like wonderful communities like Seabury. But I tell people to try to stay at home first. Give it a chance. See if it works with help, whether it be a few hours a day, a few hours a week, or live in 24 hours a day.
Companions and homemakers offers both options.
Exactly.
People that can come in daily.
Yes.
Or also people who are willing to move into someone else's home.
Yes. My mom actually had one of our live-ins for 3.5 years. The same lady was with her. So she became part of our family. Rosetta was just a sweet person that gave my mom one-on-one attention for 3.5 years.
And what types of people really need to have somebody coming into the home? Is it just that they're older and unable to do everything themselves? They don't want to be alone anymore? Are they sick? Who are you caring for?
We care for folks from all walks, depending upon their age. We care for people 21 years of age and over. They might have MS, or they've had a terrible automobile accident that they need some extra care and not necessarily nursing all the time. Maybe just someone to help them clean their home or help them with their bath, showering. We have live-ins that will stay for a temporary time. I have a lady starting tonight. She's being discharged from a nursing home rehab
situation.
And she'll be just staying with her for a few days until she gets her strength back and feels comfortable being alone. So we're very flexible. No one's locked into any length of time to stay contracted. There's no time limit because we know things change in people's lives.
Now, real quickly, as a group, do we notice, is there a trend? Is it more men than women, more women than men?
That need the help?
Yes.
I would say more women.
More women need the help.
More women.
Because they live longer.
I was going to say, because we're living longer
Yes.
than men. No offense to the guys
Well,
out there.
because with Seabury and Seabury
Yes.
at home, the ages are 60 and 62 to come into the program or on campus. People are planning ahead. They understand the need to do that because they're dealing with that with their own parents. So when it comes to life care, we are seeing that more couples are coming in together.
Okay.
The average age, for example, for at home is 72. The average age of entry on campus is probably closer to 75, 76. But in many cases, they're coming in as a couple because they've planned ahead. They're coming in sooner while they're still well and able to do so. And then as their needs change, the continuum will be able to manage anything that might come up.
Kind of to wrap it all up, would everyone here agree that people really need to plan ahead before we turn 62 and look at what some of our options are, where we might be in life? you know, even genetics and how long people in our families live to really get a better understanding of the options that are available out there.
Yes, because I know so many times I take calls from families, you know, whether it be a son or a daughter or the client themselves. Mom's fallen, she's in the hospital, what do? We don't know what to do. We need help right now.
They hadn't given it the thought.
Right in the crisis.
Yeah.
And that's why we enjoy, of course, the life care, because these are the actual people themselves who are planning for their own future. And by doing that, they're removing the burden from others who at some point would have to make those really difficult decisions, and usually during a crisis. I mean, we deal with it on the other end as well.
So catch it ahead of time.
With the healthcare areas, absolutely. It just makes all the difference.
Right.
Well, thank you so much, ladies. I really appreciate it. If anyone would like any additional information on any of the options out there, you can always log on to seasonsupclose.com.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.